Number 1308, Rambo. Number 18, oh, I'm going to mess, Taylor Swift. There we go. Number 1976, Strawberry Champion. Number 240, Bergie Knights. Number 3, Dread. Number 316, Riveter Rosie. Number 36, Busty Chops, also the captain. Number 5, Rita Villain. Number 7, Lucky Eddie. Number 8, Bad Juju. Number 805, Zelda Hits Gerald. And number 9975, Jim Nasty.
And with that first whistle, we are off. Jackalope picking up lead jammer for the Supernovas. But that is Talia with the star for V-Town.
Coming up very quickly, forcing the call-off. Late call-off, but is able to get in 3 points on that jam.
So skating for the Supernovas, 0157 She Coli, 128 Henny Brawlins, 1300 Katarina Hit, 15 Gigi Wiz, 17 Red Hot Toddy, who's captain, 1949 Red Panda, 24 Lumberjill, 314 Rude Barb, 37 Misa Ornery, 44 Jackalope, 46 Hit List, 58 Saltine, 622 Kilroy, 7 Guillotina, and 80 Kitten Boots. Out there right now with the star for Supernovas, that is Henny Brawlins. And that is 240 Bergie Knights for the V-Town Derby Dames.
And V-Town in the white jerseys. We're a little behind. We got a little rushed there. We thought we had time. For V-Town, they are out there in the white jerseys coming up on her first scoring pass. Getting a little pressure, knocked to the inside, being recycled back. With North Star able to make it out of her initial pass, but causes V-Town to do the call-off.
That is 3 points picked up by V-Town, 0 for Supernovas. Katarina Hit with the star for the Supernovas going up against Taylor Swift for V-Town.
All right, we're off on jam number 3 with these two jammers trying to make quick work of some very strong defense, but V-Town does make it out. Taylor Swift for the lead designation. Second lead designation on the rope for her. Pack's moving up pretty quickly. And Kaylor is able to call off that jam, getting 2 points, but keeping North Star from getting any. No points for the North Star.
So we're 3 jams in at this point, and this is extraordinarily fast roller derby that we're seeing. She Coli with the star for Supernovas.
They've just thrown me off because they were like, here, start. And we're like, oh, okay. So my brain's still catching up. And it is the end of a long day.
Here. But that is Dread picking up lead jammer for V-Town.
And that is the 3rd lead designation for V-Town. They're starting this game strong.
Both V-Town and North Stars played 1 game yesterday. North Stars against Tucson Saddle Tramps. V-Town against Happy Valley. 4 points on the board for V-Town. Supernovas held scoreless yet again.
It's going to be interesting to see how they change up their strategy here a bit. Being held scoreless, say if they maybe make a couple changes and try to throw a wrench in that plan to get some points on the board.
Well, if anybody's going to put some points on the board, it'll definitely be Jackalope with the star for the Supernovas.
Oh, and that's where I think I'm thrown off a little bit. They don't have their names on their jerseys.
They don't.
They have their numbers. And then 4th time in a row for V-Town getting that lead designation, while Supernovas is now out on their initial pass coming around. Kind of
So-
did a little bit of a star stash there.
Yep, so that is 4 points for Riveter Rosie. And as Jackalope is coming up on that pack, Riveter Rosie calling it off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody else is seeing right now. I mean, both teams as they're fighting for that jammer line right now, trying to get both their strategies going. And we've got who do we got? I
So
can't
that
see.
is Talia out there for V-Town going up against Henny Brawlins for the Supernovas.
And Supernovas. That's where you're from.
It is. I am. They are my home league. I'm actually their head announcer as well.
Oh, you're the head announcer.
I am.
Oh my gosh, it's like a celebrity's in the house. I like it.
5th time in a row, V-Town picking up lead jammer status on the 5 out of 6 jams. That is definitely, V-Town is here to put points on the board.
Yeah, and even though V-Town has been getting lead designation, North Star has been very quick to still get out there to force that call off, either before they hit their scoring pass or right as they're done hitting that scoring pass. So, they're kind of, we call it trying to control the bleeding.
Yep.
So even though they haven't put anything up on the point board yet, they're holding them to only 4-point jams.
Which is, when you're looking at the fact that we have 30 minutes now, a break, and another 30 minutes, 16, 20, 24 points, that is really nothing.
I'm nervous to say that we haven't had a single penalty.
We have.
We
You
have?
missed it. Yes, we
Oh.
have.
Well, Derby, everything happens so fast. Sometimes I'm like, I have no idea what just happened. And I play the sport and I have no idea what's going on.
I've been watching this sport for about 12 years. I've been involved for 9, and there's still days where I'm just like, what? I saw stuff. I don't know what that stuff was.
Yeah, I technically look towards my other veteran skaters and I'm like, what just happened? Explain it. Give me terms and conditions now. And with that, we are off on jam number 7 with, I wasn't looking. Somebody's jamming for each team. So, I mean, there's jammers out there. It's fine.
So jamming for the Supernovas is She Coli. That is 0157.
With their first league designation right there for North Star. Hopefully trying second time, trying to
Yep.
get some points on the board. Yes, it is.
Jamming for V-Town, looks like that is Bergie Knights.
With North Star putting 4 points up.
Bergie Knights clearing Lumber Jill, but is called on a track cut penalty. So she will be reporting to the RollerCon penalty box for 30 seconds while this gives She Coli an opportunity to make up some of the difference that Supernovas have had going into this this jam.
Yes, and V-Town also had one of their blockers have to report to that penalty box as well. So now it's a 4-3 pack advantage to North Star.
And
go ahead.
with that, She Coli taking her bench's advice, calls it off. How many points were put up in that jam?
That was 16, so that was the first double point jam for this game and put it within a 4-point game immediately. This is what I love about roller derby is, other sports you might see some like ginormous lead and be like, oh my gosh, they're never going to catch it up. Derby, it's gone in 5 seconds.
Yep.
There's no messing around here. So now we're off and running, and we've got number
So that is
300. That's Katarina Head.
Yep. And then coming out of the penalty box now, we've got Bergie Knights. So we've got full rosters out there on the track.
Full complement of blockers.
Thank you.
And V-Town's jammer made it through that for lead designation. And it's going to do a very quick hit it and quit it.
Looks like that was 2 points picked up for V-Town, 1 for Supernovas.
I think this is gonna be a very fast-paced game. I mean, this is just the the standard they're setting so far in just the first couple of jams of this game. So now we've got, who do we've got? I can't see over there.
So that is Jackalope number 4-4 for the Supernovas. And it looks like that is Taylor Swift number 184 V-Town.
And Jackalope running up the inside line to get lead designation, coming around for their scoring pass. And that's her first lead in 3 jams, making her way through for 4 points. As Taylor Swift comes around for her scoring pass, but North Star goes ahead and calls off that jam to hold them to no points that jam. Oh, we are on the cusp of a lead change possibly. It's now 21 Supernovas to 22 V-Town. So very, very quickly, within 2 jams, it's back being nice and close again.
It's a 35-second delay. No, it's good to know though because I didn't realize that had the overlay.
Isn't that nice? And we are off and going with the number 128, Henny Brawlins for North Star. And is that Dread over there? That's Dread over there with that jammer panty on for V-Town.
A little bit of a pileup there on the inside of the track, but Henny Brawlins picking up a lead jammer status.
But Dread does make it out of the pack, but barely makes it to turn 4, and they call it off for 3 points that jam.
Don't worry, I know all of their names. Okay, good. If you want me to feed them to you, just let me know. So how about this? You call their jammer names and I will do these. Sounds good.
All right, and coming up now, we got number 316. Who is that? Where is it? River Rosie is jamming for V-Town.
Riveter Rosie going up against Katarina Hit 1300. Supernovas towards the back of the pack.
V-Town is down 1 blocker for a few seconds. And with a nice mohawk move to the outside. Who is that?
Katarina
Hit. There we go. Comes out for lead designation. With V-Town with a quick little hop, because that was a late call, able still to get 3 points, holding North Star to only 2.
I'm sorry. What would be a better word? Side surf? Side surf? Okay. I like it. Yeah, I'll tell you later. Okay.
She Coli with the star for the Supernovas. And
Talia for V-Town jamming, with North Star being recycled to the back. Same with V-Town being recycled all the way back to turn 4.
She Coli picking up lead jammer, but Talia hot on the heels. Both jammers picking up 2 points.
And we've had a lead change.
Tell me more.
We've had a lead change. We now have North Star with 28 to V-Town's 27.
Ooh.
What? Coli. North Star, sorry.
And now we've got V-Town's Bergie Knights jamming for them.
With Jackalope with the star. Jackalope finding that outside line, picking up lead jammer.
And that's Jackalope's 5th lead in a row out there for North Star, with a nice apex jump between turns 1 and 2 for 4 points on the board. And And coming into jam number 14, we got Taylor Swift for V-Town.
Henny Brawlins.
Coming up against North Star's Henry Brawlins.
Henny?
Henny.
I said Henny.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Sorry, I heard Henry.
I'm sorry. I'm recovering from that nasty cold that everybody had for like a month. So my voice doesn't sound so great.
Big hit to the outside there. Was that number 116 Bone Crusher, causing Henny to recycle.
V-Town's jammer doing some fancy little toe stop work on the outside line to get lead designation. Doing some quick lateral movements, trying to make her way to the front of the pack. And again, little side surf move, and is done with her first scoring pass for 4.
Zelda Fitzgerald living up to their name.
All right, coming up now for V-Town. We do have number 3 Dread on that jammer line with Katarina Hitt for North Star. And it looks like V-Town's got a 4-3 pack advantage right now.
But 4-3 pack advantages don't mean much to Katarina Hitt. She just bulldozes her way through, picks up a lead jammer.
Looks like Dread was hit to the outside of turn 1, recycled back to the jammer line.
Yep, those kitten boots with a nice hit to the outside, causing her to have to recycle.
Looks like we've had a few whistles, so a couple more. Looks like V-Town sending 1 blocker to the penalty box with North Stars 1 blocker as well. So now we got 3-on-3 blocking action. Oh, just kidding. We got 2-on-3 blocking action as V-Town is sent to the penalty box. But Katarina Hitt goes in and calls off that jam.
Four points there for the Supernovas. Continuing to inch their way to that the few point lead that they currently have.
By 3 points. This has been a very tight game. Not just that one big 16-point jam earlier on, but now we've got River Rosie for V-Town with the jammer cover on.
And that is She Coli with the star for the Supernovas.
Looks like she took a quite rough hit there for took a second to make sure she was okay. And we've got V-Town with lead designation as they both come around for their scoring pack. But it looks like V-Town's only got 1 blocker out there right now. But just as she has a friend come out and help her, V-Town goes ahead and calls off that jam. No points for either one. So we're still at 33-36 with about 13 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first half for this last game of day 2 of Dust Devil. It's been a long day of some really good derby.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like, this is just a perfect example of, what the Dust Devil has to offer as a WFTDA tournament with this level of play and these teams.
There's been some high level play, and that's one of the great things is, Dust Devil, longest running tournament in WFTDA. I think we took a 2-year break, but otherwise we were one of the very first tournaments for WFTDA in the United States.
So Talia is currently lead jammer for V-Town. We did have a star pass, so Kilroy is actually the jammer of note for the Supernovas at this point.
And with Talia making a little spin move right there about turn 3, is able to make it through for 4 points.
Kilroy getting a nice little assist there from Lumberjill.
But Talia kind of working her way, kind of passing her just a little bit, and is now back in front. But goes ahead and maybe, burns a couple seconds off that clock and goes ahead and calls it. And we've had another lead change.
Ooh, tell me more.
40 for North Star, 41 for V-Town. So very minor lead changes. And if it stays this close, we're going to see a lot of lead changes.
Absolutely. How many lead changes have we had so far?
I want to say 3.
3.
3?
I was thinking 3 or 4.
I don't know. We have this wonderful producer here. He's writing down other things.
More than one.
More than one.
Less than 10.
Less than 10 lead changes so far. So now we've got number 240 for V-Town. That is Bergie Knights with that jammer cover.
And Katarina Hit taking the star again for Supernovas. Supernovas having a fairly, and both teams really.
It seems to be a pretty, like, they've got their consistent jammer rotation right now that they're utilizing.
Absolutely. Katarina Hit picking up that lead jammer.
Katarina has had 3 leads in a row. Is able to pick up 2 points and goes ahead and calls off that jam. Was that another lead change?
Does that mean we just had another lead change?
I think we had another lead change. So 42 for the Supernovas and 41 for the Dames. V-Town. And we got Kaylor Swift back on the jammer line for V-Town.
Going up against She Coli.
I like that name, She Coli. Got a couple skaters kind of take a knee there for a second, but they're getting back up. And that is Kaylor Swift coming out on the outside line with lead designation. It looks like we have had, is that Katarina? She Coli, sorry. She Coli was sent to the box. So we have Power Jam to V-Town and didn't waste any time to put another 4 points up on the board.
And with that 4 points, yet again, another lead change. If you're following along at home, take a drink of your water.
I think it is going to, it's just, I don't think anybody wants to miss even 5 seconds of this because it's just been super exciting with all the different changes. And as Kaylor Swift is hit to the outside line, she goes ahead and calls off that jam to freeze North Star's jammer in the box.
Nice hit there to the outside. That was a rude barb, giving Kaylor Swift that final bump that finally caused her to call it off. And now we've got Dread starting this next jam as a power jam.
Power start.
Power start.
Power start. Power jam's when the jam's happening. I know.
Semantics.
Semantics, it's fine. But it wasn't a power start for long as She Coli comes up on the pack in the back, but is hit pretty hard, kind of goes down. While Dread takes advantage of the, did we do a little star pass advantage? So she kind of took advantage of that distraction to go through for 4 quick points.
Yep, so with that star pass, Misa Ornery is now the jammer of note for the Supernovas.
And Dread goes ahead and calls off that jam before their jammer is able to score any points. Looks like V-Town now has 53 to Supernova's 42, so they're spreading the points back out just a little bit, but again, we've seen in this game that one jam can instantly change that.
Yep. We've got Riveter Rosie out there with a star for V-Town, going up against Jackalope for the Supernovas.
It looks like the Supernovas has the pack advantage for 3 and takes advantage of that and is able to get lead designation.
Riveter Rosie stuck behind Kitten Boots, and that is Kilroy. And being joined now by Rude Barb, giving Jackalope an opportunity to get through, picking up 4 points.
But V-Town does finish a successful star pass. And their pivot, who is that? Let's see, what's the number? 36. See, by the time I can even get the number, it's done. Busty Chops, go ahead and handing off that star pass to Busty Chops, forces the call off for North Star. And now we've got Talia out for jamming for V-Town.
And that is Henny Brawlins for the Supernovas.
Henny Brawlins, I like that. Is it like Henry Brawlins? Like Henry Rollins, little play on that? I like that. I like that a lot. I love Derby and all the pun names. And just like that, runs
Henny,
up the inside.
Yep, finds that inside line.
But Talia is hot. on their trail.
Two jammers that are just extraordinarily fast.
Very fast. Like they get like 45 laps in their 5 minutes. Like, I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's too much. We've got Bergie Knights on that jammer line for V-Town.
And Katarina hit yet again. Katarina hit successful, I believe.
Good chunk of the time?
Yes.
Is that an official Derby term? Good chunk of the time? But with that, she was not successful this time, and Bergie Knights has made it out for lead designation for V-Town. And with that, North Star goes ahead and does a successful star pass to, who is that?
Kilroy.
And just as she gets the start on, V-Town calls off that jam.
As per usual, picking up some points, calling it off.
Getting 3 points on the board.
I mean, MO for V-Town at this point in town seems to be get lead, pick up a couple of points, call it off, and let's do it again all over. She Coli out there with the star going up against Kaylor Swift for V-Town.
And it looks like Kaylor Swift has got lead for V-Town. Hit to the inside, recycled back very quickly for V-Town. But North Star has made it out of their initial pass. And Taylor Swift goes ahead and calls that off after receiving 2 points. Again, really, we just had that 16-point jam earlier on, but otherwise they've been like 2, 3, 4-point jams. Just getting a couple of points, calling it off, and it's working for them.
Mm-hmm.
We got 58-46 in V-Town's favor with about 4 minutes and 42 seconds left. We have stopped the clock because it looks like V-Town has taken a timeout.
Team timeout. Whew. So that's 12 points. We've had a 16-point jam, so.
We're being informed North Star has been held scoreless for the last 3 jams. Because math. I don't know if I want to do math on a Saturday. That doesn't sound fun.
I mean, math is never fun, but it's always just a required, like, you need to be able to do it and have it. And
yeah, if I run out of fingers and toes, I can't count anymore. I'm done.
I'll let you borrow this hand.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you
the
the
other
other
an extra
one.
5. Good to know. And we have now concluded that timeout, and we've got Dredd on the line for V-Town.
Jackalope for Supernovas. V-Town with 2 blockers in the box, utilizing that. Jackalope picking up that lead jammer real fast. Not even like cleared turn 1 with that just lead jammer.
Ran out. Dredd doing some more pushing towards that front of the pack. Big knock to the outside line of turn 4 being recycled back, while Jackalope comes around for another 4 points. And Jackalope is our first jammer to hit 20 points in this game. Thank you, Thrash Panda. Appreciate your math skills because I don't got any. And with that, Jackalope has put another 4 points on the board with a little hip-hoppity action.
20 points total. In the game. Yeah, in the game.
Well, she's at 12 just this jam alone. And goes ahead and calls that off and keeps V-Town to 0. I mean, yeah, there we go, V-Town. And with that, Supernovas and V-Town are now tied 58-58. So not another lead change yet. No.
team name?
I don't know. And with that, we're off on jam number 26 with about 3 minutes left on the penalty clock. Who do we got out there?
Well, Henny Rollins is wearing the star for the Supernovas. And up there is Bone Crusher. Oh, no, excuse me.
Riveter
Rosie.
Riveter Rosie making their way to the front of the pack. Little hippity-hop action right there. And they have lead designation. That's her second lead in a row. And a star pass to to Supernova's pivot.
That is number 37, Misa Ornery. Misa being real careful, making sure to re-enter the pack behind the person that hit her to the inside of the track. Doesn't want to pick up any penalties. Meanwhile, Riveter Rosie coming up against that pack of skaters. Henny Rollins, nice hit to the inside, drawn Riveter Rosie all the way back to almost that jammer line.
And Riveter Rosie getting a little bit of fancy footwork on that outside line in turn 1 and gets 4 points. With a little apex jump, and then North Star's jammer giving a little bit defensive jamming action to kind of slow her down a bit, which is really nice now that we don't have that jammer point anymore. We are seeing a lot more defensive jamming happening, and it's really, we're going to see over this next couple of seasons in modern roller derby of what that's going to mean for the game. And with that 16-point jam, that puts V-Town at 74 to North Star's 58. And we've got about a minute left in this first half. It's been exciting. There's been lots of action. I'm trying to keep up with it. I really, really am. But sometimes you just sit back and you're like, I just want to admire. And then I have to remember that I have to speak. And that was the first double-digit jam for V-Town. And it looks like we have Talia out there for V-Town.
Yep, Talia picking up that lead jammer. Katarina hit with the star. And of course, as I say that, there's a star pass to pivot Kilroy. So Kilroy is now your jammer of note for Supernovas.
And with Talia is already putting up 4 on the board, is trying to get any last second points that they can, but it looks like we had a little bit of a pile up near turn 1. And Kilroy has made it out for 3 points.
3 points indeed. Getting the 3 points, no pass, no penalty.
Which means one of them didn't count.
Yep, unfortunate.
Womp womp. But that was 8 points on the board for V-Town, which brings them to 82 and brings North Star to 61 as we enter halftime. That was fast.
It's halftime already?
It's halftime already.
Oh my goodness.
It's halftime already. And so for these Derby fans that have stuck it out until the very bitter end of day number 2, please make sure that, if we still do have, let's see, TRD still has their merch up. Anybody else still hanging around?
I mean, everybody's still here. This is, one of the most exciting bouts of the day.
We've got Body Central Physical Therapy that is out here. Go check them out.
Here's the deal. This is why, as announcers, we don't say anything, because there is an official review that has been called, which means we are not in halftime yet.
This is why most of the time announcers don't get paid attention to. Because we either speak too soon or we speak too late, and everybody's just like, you know what? Shh.
Well, there's also the announcer's curse, where as soon as you say, and the penalty box is empty, suddenly it's full again.
And there's a party,
right,
and we want to join.
It doesn't matter how many times I tell skaters, they don't give you cookies in the penalty box.
They don't?
They don't.
That makes sense. I've been to the penalty box a few times, and I did not get a reward.
So, I mean...
And it looks like our officials are going to talk about some things. confer with each other.
Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Xfinity. We have some boom sticks, if that's what you want to call them. I don't know.
Thunder boom sticks? Something? I don't know. They look like something
blow
my
'em up
children
and you
want to
can
hit each
smack
other
'em
with.
together. And then RollerCon is also one of our sponsors.
Providing 2 MVP passes that are being raffled off, and that raffle is happening at TRD's merchandise booth, kind of unfortunately hidden a little bit behind the scoreboard over here, but they are there. And I don't think RollerCon has announced that MVP passes are sold out, but they've got to be close by this point.
So, I mean, have you ever been to RollerCon?
This is going to be my first year.
You're going. I'm so excited.
I've signed up for like 7 games already.
Nice.
Yes.
So MVP passes will always sell out. I do not think there has ever been a year that has not happened.
Oh, I always assume that they'll sell out. I just don't know when it happens. It happens significantly before RollerCon.
Oh, it does indeed.
By last year's Dust Devil, it had already sold out. That's why I'm assuming that if they haven't already, they're very close. I feel like there's maybe somebody who has a higher pay grade that might know these answers that we do not. And with that, one of our other sponsors is Body Central Physical Therapy. They're the official physical therapy sponsors of Tucson Roller Derby. You do not have to live with pain. You can get some massages. You can get some adjustments. You could try to feel a little bit better. And some things happened, and the track got cleared, so I think we are officially in halftime now.
I'm going to agree with you with that.
Well, one of our photographers takes advantage and takes a smiling picture of us. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it. Yay!
All right. Well, okay, so we're officially in halftime now.
Is this official?
Got time to...
we are the announcers. I'm scared to say it now.
I mean, it makes sense.
They're sweeping the track. Nobody's on it. I think we're in halftime.
Correct. So we will be back. How many minutes until we'll be back?
Just under 11 minutes, as long as they don't rush it again.
Hey, who knows? They might extend it. It's a fun and exciting day of roller derby. So we will be back in 10-ish minutes or so. And then you get to hear us talk more about more amazing roller derby.
Maybe we'll get our lives. Maybe I'll get my life together by then.
I'm not banking on anything.
I would not bank on that at all. Just ask my 4 children. They're like, whatever, Mom. You have no idea what you're doing. It's fine. So grab a drink, get something to eat. If any of our vendors are still left, go check them out. All right, Derby fans, we are back with about just under a minute and a half until our second half begins with V-Town and North Star. We're back again. That was a very, very fast first half. Lots of points to be had. And a couple of big jams on the board up there. But a lot of small point jams as well. But again, just 1 point at a time sometimes is all that you need. How's it going, Liz Change? Are you back? Are you here? Are you checking in with the Facebooks? Or is it Snapchats? What's going on? There's too many social media apps. I get confused.
Sorry. I am letting, just letting some friends know back home kind of what the scores and everything are like.
Let's say direct them to Flash Fix-It's YouTube page, because that's where we're live streaming from. They could be watching.
You know, I have it. I'm fairly certain there's a lot of them. They also just want documented proof for like the Twitters.
The Twitters? The Derby
things.
Twitters? Let's see. Let's check in. Good defense, Novas. Do work, Rosie. Get it, Misa. Huge, Rosie, huge. Oh, and we're off.
We're
off with V-Town's jammer in the penalty box. So I'm not sure if that's what that official review was about, or if that was just a last-second call. But either way, is that Jackalope? Who's that?
Either way, yep, you got it right. Jackalope is lead jammer for North Stars.
Coming up between turn 1 and 2, trying to put some points on the board. It looks like her team's going to try to help out with a little bit of offense, but was still knocked to the inside line with V-Town. Is that Talia? That is Talia coming out of the penalty box, approaching their initial pass with a nice footwork to that outside line. Makes quick work on the initial pass. But Jackalope goes ahead and says, nay, nay. I'm holding you to no points. Nay, nay.
You bet that. Jackalope says, not only nay, nay, but I am going to score points and not let you have any.
And Talia is at 32 points for this game so far. No. Jackalope is at 32 points. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. It's been a long day. And with that, we have Bergie Knights out on the jammer line for V-Town.
And Henny Brawlins for Supernovas.
And everybody's still up on the jammer line. Starting to spread the pack out just a little bit. Both jammers recycled to the outside, back into turn 4. I believe we call that soul crushing because it's tiring to be pushing, and then be knocked out and have to skate back 40, 50, 60 feet. It hurts.
It does hurt, but you know what's not going to hurt the Supernovas? Henny Brawlins picking up lead jammer.
With an apex jump.
Look at that pretty apex jump.
That was pretty. I hope somebody got a picture of that because that'll be a great profile picture.
Four points so far for Henny.
Bergie Knights finishing work at the front of the pack to get out of their initial pass. But Supernovas calls that jam off with 4 points on the board. So we've got North Star, 69. Nice. To V-Town's 81. You told Derby Twitter that it would be happening this weekend with me specifically.
Official. All I'm hearing is something about being foretold in a prophecy behind me.
Joe?
Like from somewhat like Gandalf or something.
Joe
happening.
is a prophet. He did 2 days ago.
What did he say?
He let the Derby Twitter know that at some point a nice would be had. And I would be announcing it. But here's the issue.
Is that what
North
this
Star
is
is now
called?
at 70.
Nice?
Now North Star is now at 70. They did not nice. I mean nice because they got a point. But not nice because we've moved on from the nice. Now that I've confused everyone.
Yep. I mean, I am.
My name is Weirdo. It's going to get weird. It always happens. And that's okay. Because we are in the midst of an official review. Yes, the gentleman in the black polo holding the O over his head. That's what that means. Official. Sometimes you see a little T. That just means timeout. You see maybe tap his shoulders. That's an official timeout. That's the refs calling that. Just in case anybody here in the crowd tonight is confused or at home.
So, for all of our friends, not only here, but at home.
We have 66 viewers. Well, no, I guess 65. I'm one of the viewers. That doesn't count. Because I just want to see. Y'all can talk with us. Maybe have some shout outs. I see a Go Henny. Hell yeah, Henny with that apex jump.
Yeah, yay. Ooh, so this is exciting / worrisome that both jammers are currently sitting in the box.
So how does that work? They both just get to run. Is that how that works? Am I getting a nod?
So.
Am I getting
Yeah.
a clarification?
An official is nodding, so I'm going to take that as a yes.
And what? But why are they in there?
Who knows?
Some people in white and black stripes did some talking, and they just said, nope, you both are going. Wait, clarification? Green challenged the lack of a cut call, but Green also just did a little apex jump to get lead jammer.
Goodness.
Second in a row.
Henny,
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Henny is just like a magical unicorn
Yes.
wrapped in bacon that is carried amongst us peasants on just a pallet of bunnies that does her bidding. This is
Little hip hoppity.
indeed
Little hip hoppity. I like that. An apex or a little hip hoppity?
both. Quick shout out to Katarina Hit, FYI. North Stars, they have a all queer jammer rotation happening. Serious.
That makes me so proud. I love that. That's so good. Such great representation coming out of Minneapolis. I like it.
I believe the hashtag she used was Be Gay Score Points.
Be gay, score points. I'm there for that. And I want video footage. I don't know, some whistles happen and some things happen. V-Town's got lead. North Star's coming behind. The pack's moving fast. Somebody's called off the jam. We have one blocker from each team in the penalty box. There, you are now updated.
Well, so let me update you with a little bit more. Talia was lead jammer for V-Town. Katarina Hit was jamming for Supernovas. Talia picked up 4 points, called it off. Katarina picked up 2 points during that time as well.
You distracted me with that awesome hashtag. The fact that
I know,
it's an
it's
all
okay.
queer jammer rotation. I love it. But now we have Taylor Swift for V-Town.
And Shikoli for Supernovas. Shikoli finding that outside line with 2 to beat, and beat she does.
And, ooh, little jammer on jammer action right there. But it looks like North Star jammer is being called on a low block on that. Loses lead, and now we have a full 2-minute jam.
Indeed we will.
Who's Corey? Corey says hi, loose change. Corey Brown saying hi, loose change.
Oh, hey, that's one of our skaters, Pop Roxy. Hi, Pop Roxy.
Very nice. There is no...
Oh, yeah. So Kaylor Brown
trying to call off, but there is no lead.
Nope, no lead.
So just got to keep fighting. And they do. And makes it through for 4 points. Well, North Star's jammer. Who is that? Shikoli? Shikoli being released from the jammer box. Makes quick work of that. Pushes a little. Gets through for 4 points. So for 45 seconds, they're going to make a lot of left turns and just keep scoring points.
Both of them have put at least 4 up on the board.
Right now, Taylor Swift has put 12
Excellent. Good
up
to
on
know.
the board.
Thank you for that verification.
Clarification, confirmation. That's what I'm here for.
Shikole coming up to that pack with 3 blockers, trying to work, just edge into that triangle of blocking that's happening over there.
I don't know if you knew this, but the triangle is the strongest, most secure shape or structure, and it has worked and held Shikole. She did pick up 3 points, but was not able to get that last point. What do we got? What's going on?
So
We passed the century mark.
V-Towns hits the century
Hits
mark.
the century mark.
Supernova's sitting at 83. So this is 17 points. I mean, that last jam, there was more than 17 points in total between both teams scored.
That was a lot of points. To be
It was
had.
a lot of points.
That was 26 points because I can math on a Saturday.
There you go. Good job, buddy.
I'm proud of myself. We got Riveter Rosie for V-Town jamming.
And Jackalope for Supernovas. Both of them kind of going to the middle. Jackalope being hit to the inside. Riveter Rosie being hit to the outside.
Jackalope being hit to the outside again. Attempting a little bit of an apex jump. Unfortunately was not able to make it. There was some whistles. We've got 2 of North Star's jammers heading to the box. And it looks like V-Town's jammer has made it out. So River Rosie, but I think, did I see a no pass, no penalty? I think she just took it off, so yes.
Yep, she was not wearing the jammer cover. She didn't have the star.
And with the star still on her helmet, does score 4 points. I don't think we have a lead. We don't. We are going to go the full 2 minutes on this jam as well because there was a successful star pass to
Yep.
number 46.
That is Hit List. First time we've seen Hit List with a star.
Trying to make quick work, reapproaching the jammer line as River Rosie comes through turn 4 to hit that tripod in the back. Now they've both been kind of held up a little bit. North Star being hit to the inside, being recycled back.
So both teams just sort of like smushed together in this knot.
I call it a
of
kerfuffle.
humans.
I call it a kerfuffle because it is just a kerfuffle. There's just no other word.
I'll take that. Hitless picking up 4 points so far. Nice hit to the outside there by Rude Barb, reshuffling the Riveter Rosie all the way back to that jammer line. And there we go. Natural conclusion of that jam.
With V-Town putting up another 4 points and North Star putting up 2.
Tell me about those points. How many were scored?
In that jam, North Star got 6, V-Town got 12. So now we got 112 for V-Town, 2 North Stars, 89, with about 20 and a half minutes left in this second half. We have
All
Dread
right.
out on the jammer line for V-Town.
And Katarina hit.
Let's check in here with the good old YouTubes.
Ye old YouTube.
The old YouTubes on the interwebs.
Dread finds a hole and just works right through it, picking up a lead jammer. Katarina hit not too far on the heels. It's turning into a little bit of a... Ooh, that was...
Some fast derby happening with V-Town putting 2 points up on the board and nil for Northtown. Let's see, we got Knox Talks on the YouTube saying, I'm in. Is that St. Louis? Henny and I started at the same league. We've got, I think all of Minnesota is currently watching.
that
All
makes
72
sense.
of you.
I mean, it's a little chilly up there still, so...
So what better than to be inside by a nice warm fire watching the YouTubes and checking
Exactly.
in with some derbies. So we've got Talia for V-Town, still making her way through the pack, but we have
Shikole with that lead jammer. Obviously, Shikole, one of the most effective jammers that we've had thus far today.
Yes.
She had a 16-point jam at one point in time for, you know...
And wish Shikole calling that off does get the 4 points, but Talia comes in and puts that 4 on the board. Because we can't say 5 in the sky, but we can say 4 on the board. I like things that rhyme. Ish.
That makes
So we got V-Town with 118, 2 North Stars 93. They both put 4 up on the board for that. And who do we have? We've got, looks like Bergie Knights.
Bergie Knights going up against Jackalope. Jackalope finding that inside line and just says, I'm done. I'm going to leave you in my dust.
I'm going to run.
Picking up that lead jammer.
We got 3-on-3 blocking. And Jackalope is able to put 1 point up. 2 points.
2 points.
Two.
2
We're
points
confirming
because
2.
there is 1 person in the penalty box.
That's very true.
And if you pass the pips of 1 person, you get that person in the penalty box.
Yeah, and we've got a good job, Riveter Rosie. I'm not sure who Carl is, but nice one, Carl. Is there a Carl? Maybe an inside joke we're not getting?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Henny Berlin's back with the star. Kaylor Swift with the star. Henny Berlin's with that inside line and does a full 360, but works through, picks up lead jammer.
As the penalty box is cleared, so now we've got all complement of blockers out on 5-on-5 action with Kaylor Swift, coming out and approaching, but being called off.
2 more points on the board for the Supernovas. V-Town scoreless yet again.
We got a shout out, go Rosie, Pan U is watching. We got somebody else watching from Florida. And just to warn our YouTubes, we are of wait, what time? And Rosie says that she loves you all who are watching out in YouTube land. Appreciate it.
Dread with the star for V-Town. Katarina Hit with the star for Supernovas. Somebody being called on a multiplayer.
Not sure who yet. Somebody's leaving. And Dread being called on a track cut, which gives the power jam to North Star. And Katarina coming around for her power jam, trying to score some points. This is her first lead this half. Had some whistles, have some looking around. But either way, Katarina's looking to score some points. And Dread has made her way out of the penalty box. Got more whistles. Got more things happening. And Katarina says, I'm going to do some things, and it's called scoring 4 points.
Katarina likes to score points.
I mean, that's usually the goal when you're the jammer, right? That's still how it works. That hasn't changed. The jammer scores the points.
You got it.
Got it. Okay, cool.
And another 4 points for Katarina Hit.
Now, V-Town's lead has shrunk to 9 points, with Katarina putting 12 points on the board so far this jam.
Another 4, which means that is 5.
Another 4.
Only 5 points differentiate these two teams now?
You did math. I'm so proud. I'm jealous.
So, meanwhile, Dread on the track.
And let's give it up to Katarina with a 20-point jam. That is the largest jam so far, and now has made it a 1-point game against V-Town.
V-Town also taking this time for a team time out.
Take a break, take a breath. Let's regroup.
Mm-hmm. There was some amazing defensive blocking happening that was just all of the people that were on the Supernovas were just focused on the jammer and were working really hard and really well together to hold that back.
I mean, I've had a lot of hashtag Derby goals and Derby crushes and Derby dreams this weekend so far. And we're only 2/3 of the way through? We got one more
Just
day
about.
Tomorrow. We got about 14 minutes left in this one.
Both of these teams it's like a textbook how to play defense in roller derby.
Absolutely.
Both of them just
Crushing it. And we've got 5-on-5 derby action with, who do we got?
Well,
We got Talia.
yes, Talia with a star and Shikola with a star.
And again, both defenses just making it very difficult for these jammers. But Shikolai says, you know what? It wasn't that hard. I got through. Goodbye. And Talia saying, you know what? I'm right behind you. With Shikolai calling that off, getting 3 points on the board for North Star, with V-Town sneaking in 2 points before that call off. Yeah, Knox says Henny's got some fancy feet. That 360 on the inside a couple jams ago was super pretty. And Rosie came from Panhandle United Roller Derby, and we're so proud of her. Aww.
Oh, Rosie says she loves you, other
Rosie
roller derby.
is for you, Pan you. Yes. Oh, back to the derbies.
Jackalope with a star for the Supernovas. Finds that inside line, picking up lead jammer.
With V-Town sending their pivot to the penalty box. Well, they didn't send them. The refs sent them to the penalty box.
Bergie Knights is the jammer out there for V-Town.
And that's North Star. Sorry, there was a lot of noise there. North Star's 6th lead in a row. So that's impressive. So they, dare I say it, there's been a lead change.
There has indeed. And while you were turning around, you actually missed the wonderful little apex jump there from Jackalope.
And that's what Derby does to you. You can't
So
turn
she
your
was
head.
able to pick up those second set of 4 at this point?
Third set of 4.
Third set of 4 now. We're at 12 points thus far. Meanwhile, this combination of Lumberjill, Misa Ornery, Saltine, and Guillotina have figured out how to stop Bergie Knights.
Yes.
And they're just working it.
I think that's her 3rd recycle back now. But
So we've got Rita Villain and Lucky Eddie out there, along with Jim Nasty, that are doing their best to get Bergie Knights through.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackalope putting another 4 points up there.
that
and
is a
calls it
16-point jam for Jackalope. That is beautiful. 16 points for Jackalope, which now takes Supernovas to 136, to V-Town's 120. V-Town, that jam, they were held scoreless. So, yes, so that. And Jackalope just hit 40 points so far this game. And now we've got Kaylor Swift for V-Town.
Going up against Henny Brawlins.
And North Star just holding back V-Town's jammer right now with a solid tripod. Kind of doing a little 4-wall defense. But with a quick hippity-hop to the inside apex, Kaylor Swift is able to get the first lead in 7 jams, but Henny Brawlins has made it out. But Kaylor Swift says, I'm going to run that outside line, and I'm going to take my 4 points, and I'm going to go back to my bench now. Thank you.
So one of the things that's happening is because this is becoming an extremely physical game in as much as hitting, yes, but also the constant speed and then very sudden stops that have been happening the whole entire time.
It's given me whiplash.
It is so draining, and this is at the point where you need to make sure that your team has the best endurance, because that's what's going to help you at the end of the day.
Yes.
Both jammers out just one right in front of one another. Katarina hit with the lead jammer, but that is a Riveter Rosie hot on the heels.
But Katarina has not called it off. Riveter Rosie has taken advantage to get 4 points. But Katarina goes ahead and calls it off after getting 2 points, but before Riveter Rosie can put any more else on the board, goes ahead and calls off that jam. We've got about 10 minutes left in this second half with Talia on that jammer line for
Going up,
V-Town.
going up against She Coli.
Shikole. I still like that word. I like that name. And everybody is very huddled on the jammer line right now. And let's see what strategy that ends up working and who it works for.
Talia at the back. She Coli gets through that pack first, picking up a lead. Talia clears that initial pass as well.
About a half track behind Shikole. But kind of, again, does some footwork. Go ahead and put up 2 on the board before Talia is able to put anything else up. Now, what do we have going on? We've got Bergie Knights on the jammer line for V-Town and Jackalope for North Star. Jackalope taking a little bit of a running start to hit that jammer line, hoping to, use that momentum a little bit, but is being held by a pretty strong 4-wall from V-Town. What's going on? And it looks like Bergie Knights just, again, trying to push against a very strong North Star tripod at the front of the pack, while V-Town's got Jackalope stretched all the way back to the jammer line. And this is another reason why endurance really comes in with the strength, is because you're expected to skate around as fast as you can after pushing for 30 seconds against 4 humans. It's very difficult. But unfortunately, in that time, Bergie Knights is sent to the penalty box. Some things are happening. Some people are being recycled. Some of the blockers are being recycled back by North Star. But Jackalope is able to make it out for lead designation on a power jam. And this is her third lead in a row. Jackalope's putting up some impressive stats today.
Jackalope is definitely one of those go-to jammers that has really everything. Jamming, blocking, pivoting abilities. Extremely talented.
And Bergie Knights is released from the penalty box. Does a little bit of pushing here and there and is able to make it through for their initial pass. But is called off before they are able to do that.
Jackalope able to pick up 3 points there, slowly inching that tiny little gap. But that's all that they need, little by little.
Little by little. So we've got North Star 143 to V-Town's 128 with just under 7 minutes left in this second half. And we've got Kaylor Swift for V-Town.
And Katarina Hitt for the Supernovas. Katarina Hitt able to make her way through, picking up a lead jammer. Kaylor Swift not too far behind, but look at the speed of these 2 jammers.
I mean, I've been thoroughly impressed. I mean, they're not messing around. They're like, we got out of the pack, and I'm skating like I'm being chased by a pack of lions, because that's just, we need to get this done. We're not here to mess around. We are here to get points.
With just over 6 minutes on the clock, this is when you buckle down, you do what you need to do, and clock management comes into play.
With that, I mean, V-Town's got 1 timeout and 1 official review left. North Star's got 2 timeouts, and it looks like they did retain their official review.
She Coli out there picking up lead jammer.
And this is North Star's 5th lead in a row, but we do have River Rosie out very quickly, about a quarter track behind. And unfortunately, looks like we've got some skaters slow to get up, but they are up. With that quick call off before River Rosie was able to put anything on the board, and Shikolai was able to put 2 on the board.
official timeout.
And Shikulai has put 40 points up for this game. And it does look like V-Town's jammer is being called on a last-second penalty of that last jam, so she will start off in the, I don't know, we'll call it the Xfinity Rollercon box thing. Penalty box, something, the naughty box, the sin bin.
No.
There's no cookies there. You just don't want to be there.
Basically.
Got it.
So V-Town calling for an official review. I can make assumptions all the nights long, but I don't know what it's about. So until we're told, we unfortunately don't have any information for anyone yet.
Well, we can assume that pineapples do not belong on pizza. Fight me on that.
Oh, I will fight you into the death right here, right now. What are you talking about?
You said to make
No.
assumption all night, so I made an assumption. I don't know. I've never actually tried pineapple on pizza, so I have no idea.
All right.
I just like to stir the pot.
Why does that not surprise me?
I know. I'm
So,
all about it. Okay,
pineapples.
explain to me. All right.
It's delicious because it's warm and it's sweet and it's not something that you anticipate when you're thinking like, I'm going to eat pizza. So here's the deal though. You have to have pepperoni and pineapple. You can't, Canadian bacon, no, just, and the whole like, why is it called Canadian bacon is a whole different thing. But I have many rants related to food that I can take you on. Just you wait. Sorry, internets, you're coming along with me now. At me, I don't care. Find loose change on the Twitters. We can fight about this until I eat my next slice of pepperoni and pineapple pizza.
Somebody with white and black stripes is approaching.
So with that, we've got Jackalope and a power start since the Riveter Rosie in that penalty box starting the jam there.
And V-Town used their official review trying to get the call taken away, but the official said it will stand. So she will sit.
So she will sit and have her 30-second penalty. Meanwhile, Jackalope has picked up that lead jammer.
And is able to try to work through that inside line at the apex and goes ahead and picks up 4 points while River Rosie is released from the box and makes their approach. Is knocked to the inside and recycled back.
A Jackalope, a little bit of hop, skip, and a jump on that outside line for another 4 points.
And there has been a successful star pass for V-Town to, is that Kaylor Swift? That is Kaylor Swift.
That is Kaylor Swift.
Normally see them in the jammer position, but they went ahead and went to pivot to pick up the star pass. Was not able to pick up any points, though, before Jackalope called it off for another 2, so put up 10 points. And that was the 5th jam that V-Town has been held to no points. We've got Talia on the jammer line for V-Town with Henny Rollins. I don't have to look it up because I really like that name and I've memorized the number on the jammer line for North Star. And it looks like Talia drew the cut on the other jammer, so now has a power jam and is going to hopefully be able to use her team for a little bit of offense. And that is V-Town's first lead designation in 7 jams and is able to make some moderately quick work at scoring 4 points.
Talia working past those last couple of blockers. Lumberjill, last one to pass. Another 4 points for Talia. But now Henny Brawlins has been released from the
initial pass. You know, sometimes as announcers, we do have to multitask because we're trying to use correct terminology.
Yep.
We're trying to, you know, listen to our producer, get some stats, all these other things. But then sometimes we just have to process for a minute. So sometimes if we don't say anything for like a couple of seconds, it's like, wait. What are we doing?
I am all for just silence to enjoy and soak in the wonderfulness of what is happening in the moment. And in this moment, we've got Katarina Hitt going up against Bergie Knights. And I mean, we've seen this a multitude of times. Katarina Hitt coming out with lead jammer with a minute and a half on the period clock.
But Bergie Knights has made out for their initial pass. But Henny, is that Henny? No, sorry. Katarina is kind of looking at the pack, looking at her bench, kind of getting some track awareness and says, you know what, I am going to go ahead and call this jam. And with that, 4 points on the board. North Star has 159, 2 V-Towns 140. We've got a minute 12 left on this second half period clock. But it looks like we have a team timeout. One of them called it. Not sure who. V-Town, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I like when our NSOs like kind of listen to us too and help us out, you know. And again, if anybody happens to be driving to Illinois tomorrow afternoon, after this is all said and done,
you want to ride?
Sir on the pivot line really could use a ride home. His car broke down on the way here. His travel to Dust Devil was real commitment, and he made it. So if I don't know, are you driving home or are you flying?
I am flying because I'm a crazy person, and I will leave the Phoenix airport at 12:30 a.m. on Monday morning, and will arrive in Minneapolis at 5:30 a.m. Monday morning.
Oh, you're doing that little overnight flight. Try to catch a few hours of sleep. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't sleep on planes, so I don't know why I made this decision.
You wanted to watch the sunrise at home? I'm not sure, because that's the only thing I can think of.
All right, so we've got 1 minute 17 seconds on that period clock.
And these are the highest scoring jammers for both teams right now.
So that's Talia out there for V-Town, V-Town.
V-Town.
And Jackalope for North Stars. Jackalope picking up lead jammer.
But Talia coming out and not messing around, saying, I'm hunting you down. And it has and Jackalope goes ahead and calls off that jam. We've got 45 seconds left on the second period clock.
I mean, we have had some very fast jams, so we could potentially be looking at 1 or 2, maybe even 3. Who knows at this point?
I mean...
Also, quick shout out, hello Pete. Thank you for vindicating my pineapple decisions.
Who vindicated this?
My friend Pete.
Oh.
He texted me.
Oh,
He's
okay.
watching us right
Okay.
now.
RollerCon has apparently a themed bout that has to deal with this subject, so that's what will be the final say in it. And with that, it looks like as the second period clock is about to come to its natural conclusion, Jam 24 is still on.
Not only on, but V-Town has just picked up lead jammer. That is Riveter Rosie with that lead jammer. Katarina Hitt out there for the Supernovas.
But Katarina Hitt has made it out for their initial pass. So we'll kind of see what V-Town decides to do. They will probably let the clock run just because when it does come to standings with WFTDA, it's not necessarily wins or losses, it's your point differential is how we do our standings. So just wanting to try to get in as many points as possible.
And there we have it. That is the whistle.
But before we hear the official rolling whistle, our unofficial score right now is North Star 163 to V-Towns 144. And refs and NSOs are going to confer. We're going to see if that is the unofficial score. I have to go with some of our hometown referees. They have new shirts that says, I just hope both teams had fun. Because that looked like a good game, and that is our official final score. North Star Roller Derby wins with 163 to V-Town Roller Derby is 144. That was a fantastic game. Whew. And that is the end of day 2 of Dust Devil. So thank you to all that have come out this weekend. Thank you to all that has been tuning in to the YouTubes for the live feed. And again, that's Flash Fix It, which is Jaws Breaker's husband. We call him Mr. Jaws. He came at us with HD. He came at us with new camera angles. He came at us with all kinds ofness. Thank you, sir. We so appreciate it. We also appreciate all the refs that have come out, because except for Left Hook, they've all come from out of state. You have come from out of state. Our NSOs have come from out of state.
It's almost as if people enjoy roller derby.
I mean, crazy thought, but it does seem like the roller derbs is awesome. People are starting to figure it out after, I don't know how many years of modern roller derby. So we appreciate anyone that has done any kind of traveling to come here to the good old 520, little T-Town, little Dirty T, little old Pueblo action. Let's see how many more nicknames for Tucson that I can throw in there, because I am born and bred here. So go out tonight, have some beers, be safe, and we will catch you back here tomorrow.
9 a.m.?
Are you kidding me?
I mean...
Oh, man, I'm announcing the first game, too. The first 2 games with Thrash Panda, who has been wonderful of being our producer this evening.
Thank you, Thrash.
Thank you. We appreciate it. So I will see you in the morning at 8:30. We should probably be here a little early. Who's bringing me coffee?
No one.
Well, then it's going to be a bigger hot mess to announce tomorrow.
I
so
look
9
forward
a.m.,
to it.
We're going to start game 10. That is going to be SoCal versus FOCO. We've got Duke City versus Humboldt at 11. At 1 p.m., we have North Star versus Happy Valley. At 3 p.m., we've got Tucson Roller Derby versus V-Town, who just played. And at 5 p.m., we have SoCal versus Duke City. So we will see you all tomorrow. This is
Indeed.
Weirdo. Have a good night.
I'm Loose Change. Have a delightful evening.